Wake up, Saints Nation. We are standing on the edge of a cliff. The news coming out of the facility today isn't just noise. It is a seismic shift that threatens the very foundation of New Orleans football. We are talking about open warfare between our star running back and the league, the potential exit of a defensive god who has defined this franchise for 15 years, and a massive question mark hanging over Chris Olave's head. This is critical. Before we break down this chaos, I need you to step up. We are pushing for 1,000 subscribers. Hit that button and join the movement right now.
Let's get straight to the facts regarding the situation in the backfield. Alvin Kamara is not happy. According to sources close to the situation, the Saints' dynamic playmaker has publicly and aggressively criticized the National Football League following recent updates from the NFL Players Association. This stems from new guidelines regarding fines, player conduct, and operational logistics that the NFLPA has been negotiating. Kamara, a veteran who understands the leverage of labor better than most, isn't just venting. He is challenging the systemic control the league exerts over its workforce. We are seeing a player who feels that the Shield is prioritizing optics over the actual well-being and financial security of the men on the field. From an insider perspective, this is significant because Kamara is a leader in that locker room. When he speaks, the roster listens. But now, let me tell you what this really means. This is absolutely ridiculous. You have a superstar, the heartbeat of this offense, feeling so disrespected that he has to take his grievances to the public square. This is Alvin Kamara we are talking about. He puts his body on the line every single Sunday for this city. He takes the hits, he grinds for the extra yards, and now the league wants to squeeze the players tighter? It is preposterous. The audacity of the NFL to think they can just roll out new mandates without expecting blowback from their premier talent is insulting. Kamara is right to be furious. This isn't just about money, it is about respect. It is about agency. If the league thinks they can treat these gladiators like interchangeable parts in a machine, they have another thing coming. You cannot alienate your stars and expect the product to remain pristine. This distraction is the last thing New Orleans needs right now. We need focus. We need unity. Instead, we have our best offensive weapon at war with the commissioner's office. This creates noise. This creates friction. And frankly, it smells like trouble. The Saints organization needs to be very careful here. They need to back their player, or they risk losing the locker room entirely. You cannot have your general fighting the war while the administration stays silent. This is a flashpoint moment. If this tension escalates, it affects practice, it affects chemistry, and ultimately, it affects the win column. Do not underestimate the rage of a player who feels wronged by the system. Kamara is sending a message, and the Saints better hope the league is listening before this turns into a full-blown mutiny. This is a strategic move by Kamara, but it puts the team in a very precarious position moving forward.
Listen, the situation in New Orleans is volatile, and things are changing by the minute. If you want to keep getting exclusive insights and raw truth like this, subscribe now. Don't miss a single update on our team. While the Kamara situation boils over, we have to address a heartbreak that is looming on the horizon. Sources indicate that the New Orleans Saints are facing the very real possibility of parting ways with a franchise icon who has worn the black and gold for 15 seasons. We are talking about a defensive pillar, a man whose face belongs on the Mount Rushmore of this organization. The financial realities of the salary cap, combined with the team's need to get younger and faster, are forcing the front office into a corner. This isn't just a roster move, this is an identity crisis. For a decade and a half, this player has been the standard bearer. He has seen the highs of playoff runs and the lows of rebuilding years, always remaining a constant force. But let's look at the reality. You cannot just cut the heart out of a team and expect it to keep beating. This is a travesty. I understand the business. I understand the cap is a myth that somehow becomes real when you're broke. But you are talking about 15 years of blood, sweat, and tears. This man is the culture. When young rookies walk into that building, who do they look at? They look at him. If you let him walk, you are telling every single player in that locker room that loyalty is dead. You are saying that no matter how much you give, you are disposable. It makes me sick. The leadership void this would create is catastrophic. You think you can just draft a replacement?
You think some 21-year-old kid can step in and command the respect of a locker room the way a 15-year vet can? You are dreaming. This is the soul of the defense we are talking about. Losing him changes the temperature of the entire organization. It signals a rebuild, whether they want to admit it or not. And let me be clear, the fans deserve better. We have stuck by this team through thick and thin, and watching a legend walk out the door because of bean counters in the front office is a slap in the face. It is disrespectful to his legacy, and it is dangerous for the team's future. Who is going to hold the standard when he is gone? Who is going to lead the pregame speech? This is a massive gamble. If the Saints botch this exit, if they treat this legend like just another cap casualty, the curse of bad karma will haunt this franchise for years. You do not disrespect your elders, especially the ones who built the house you are living in. The front office is playing with fire, and they are about to get burned.
If the potential exit of a legend and the anger of Kamara weren't enough, we have arrived at the tipping point. The New Orleans Saints are staring down a crucial decision regarding the future of wide receiver Chris Olave. Insider reports confirm that the front office is currently evaluating how Olave fits into the long-term financial and technical blueprints of this franchise. This is not a drill. We are talking about a young, elite talent who has shown flashes of brilliance, yet finds himself at a crossroads. The team has to decide if they are going to commit massive resources to build a passing attack around him, or if they are going to look for different avenues. This decision is complicated by the salary cap held the Saints perpetually live in and the uncertainty at the quarterback position. Are you kidding me right now? Are we seriously having this conversation? Chris Olave is the future. He is the spark. In a league where the passing game is king, you do not hesitate on a talent like this. If the Saints mess this up, they are effectively waving the white flag. You have Kamara fighting the league, you have a legend likely leaving, and now you are unsure about your best young receiver? What is the plan here? Is the plan to be mediocre forever? Because that is what it looks like. You need playmakers. You need guys who can stretch the field. Olave is that guy. If you alienate him or if you trade him to save a few bucks, you are setting this franchise back 5 years. It is unconscionable. The fans see the talent. The league sees the talent. Why is the front office hesitating? This is the problem with this team lately. Indecision, lack of clear direction. You cannot build a winner when you are constantly second-guessing your core pieces. This domino effect is terrifying. Imagine a locker room without the 15-year leader, with a disgruntled Kamara and an uncertain Olave. That is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for a top 5 draft pick, and not in a good way. The Saints need to wake up and smell the coffee. You pay your stars. You keep your talent. You build around them. You do not debate their worth when the evidence is right there on the tape. This decision on Olave isn't just about a receiver. It is about the ambition of the New Orleans Saints. Do we want to win, or do we want to balance the checkbook? Because right now, it looks like the accountants are running the show, and that is a shame. We need aggressive moves. We need commitment. Secure Olave or watch this offense crumble into dust. This is the moment of truth.
This is the most defining offseason in recent memory for our New Orleans Saints. The pillars are shaking. Between Kamara's war with the league, the heartbreaking potential exit of a 15-year icon, and the hesitation surrounding Chris Olave, the identity of this team is under siege. We are watching the end of one era and the messy, uncertain beginning of another. I need to hear from you right now. Which of these 3 situations worries you the most? Is it losing the leadership, the distraction with Kamara, or the future of Olave? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We are in this together, Saints Nation, even when the waters get rough. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's hold this front office accountable.